So today I wanted to do a very quick video showing you how to create metafields and use them in the liquid code in the liquid theme code in Shopify. You can use this for logic or for display. So I've created a development store and I've created one product. I uploaded a random photo from my computer, gave it a title and a price. So we're working with the hand product today. I'm going to come over to the Shopify admin panel, and in the admin panel you're going to click settings in the bottom left. It'll bring up this screen here, and you're going to scroll down until you see the Metafields option here on the left that I'm circling with my mouse in this menu. You click on Metafields and it's going to bring up a multitude of options that you can add Metafields to. I'm going to use products today. So I click into products and it allows you to add a definition. I'm going to add a definition, and the name, you can name it whatever you want. In this case, I just am going to use is body part. And I'm going to do it true or false. You again can do different types. I'll show you that here in a second. So the namespace, you can name whatever, you can use whatever namespace you want, followed by a key identifier here. I like to use global often, but I also use custom or product or whatever namespace fits. Again, it's more of a categorical. It categorizes your metafields here. So I'm going to use, just for example, namespace goes here. That will be the namespace I'm going to use. Description, is it a body part? Random description. I'm going to expose this to storefront API requests. You can choose to do that or not. It just allows the apps, or storefronts, which fall under apps, to access these metafields. It really doesn't matter for this case. And then you can come to select content type and choose the content type of your metafield. There's a ton of different options, and they're all great. I've used many of them before. I've used JSON a lot. It allows you a lot of flexibility working with products. And one thing I've done with these metafields, for example, is created a custom system that allowed more variants than, or more variant options than Shopify will allow, and I can do a tutorial on that if that would be helpful for some people. So in this case, I'm just going to use a true-false. So let's see where that is. True or false. Perfect. And then you just press save. Perfect. So now this metafield is in place for all products. Now when I come to product, there's a metafield section here all the way at the bottom. So you scroll all the way to the bottom and you input your own fields. So let's see, this is a hand, so yes, it's a body part. I'm going to check true for this case. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and save. And now I'm going to hop over into the theme code. So you go to online store. I typically edit the theme code in my IDE, Visual Studio Code, via the theme CLI, which I will leave via the Shopify CLI, which I'll leave a link to the description below on how to to documentation, and I could do a video on how to set that up if that'll be helpful, but that's beyond the scope of this video. So in this video, I'm going to go to Dawn, and I'm going to edit the code on my current theme. So this brings up the code editor, and I am going to go ahead and find for this specific theme the product page here, and I will get back to you when I do. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've found a spot in my theme code, which you're going to have to find a spot in your own theme code, since it's going to be likely different than this one. And I'm found it under the hand title here and above the price. And I'm going to go ahead and add a display and some logic just to show you how to use metafields in both of those scenarios. Now remember, this is a spot where the product object is available since I added a metafield on the product object. Perfect. So the first one I'm going to show you, I haven't saved this, but I have this here, is the display. So I have it, this is a body part, and then I'm displaying whether or not it's a body part. So you get to these metafields by using the product object, .metafields, and then don't forget to use the namespace that you defined or the default one that you just saved it with when defining the metafield. So in this case, I used namespace goes here, and then the metafield key that I used was is body part. And when I save this, it should go ahead and display whether or not this is a body part, which is just the metafield value. So I've saved it. I'm going to come back to the hand. Perfect. There it is. This is body part true. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this now since you've already seen how to display it. And I'm going to go ahead and uncomment the logic here. So this logic, it just says if the product is a body part based on the metafield, then let's display this text, hey, this is a body part. But this is a bit different than the display value. So when you're using it within liquid logic here, for loops, ifs, etc., you are still going to use product.metafields or whatever other object you have the metafields on. But in my case, it's product. So it's going to be product.metafields .namespace .key. But then you're going to use .value to get the actual value of the metafield. And with JSON, you may have to do some parsing. I can't quite remember exactly how the field comes through, but once you just do not forget to use this .value, or if you do forget to use it, try to remember to come back to it. Sometimes switching between .value and not having .value, you're going to be able to find it in a format that you can use for what you're looking for. So in this case, for logic, I usually use .value, and otherwise it's going to return a string, and I'm going to set it equal to true. And so I say if it is a body part, then display this. Perfect. So I'm going to save that. Let me go back to the product page. I'm going to refresh, and there it is. Hey, this is a body part. Now, just to prove that this is working as intended, I have the product up here, and I'm going to go ahead and change the metafield to false. So this is no longer a body part. Save, refresh, and these metafields take a few more seconds to update. So let me refresh it a couple more times here. There it is. It's gone. So now this product is no longer a body part. Perfect. And that concludes the tutorial. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any suggestions on videos that maybe would be helpful for you, specifically with how to use metafields or for specific purposes, I have quite a bit of experience with them. So please let me know, and I hope this helped.